I heard a story about Tony Robbins, and you may have heard this story. He was talking about years ago, he had lent a friend like 1,000. I can't remember if it's exactly 1,000. Let's just use the number 1,000. So he was in a really bad way. He didn't have any money. And this friend was like blowing him off, like for a month, 2 months, wouldn't respond to his calls. And Tony said, I was down to my last little bit, like, $20 or what have you. And he was so upset and so stressed about it. But on this particular day, he thought, you know what? I'm not going to worry about this anymore. I'm going to let it go. He prayed about it. He manifested. Then he goes into a cafe and he's sitting at this cafe. He got a sandwich. I think he was left with $14 after it would cost the price of the sandwich. And he sees a woman and her young son. And the young son opens the door like a gentleman for his mother. He pulls out the chair for her. And he was so inspired by this little boy's, maturity. And so before he left, he had $14 left to his name. He went to the table and he praised this young man about how amazing it was that he was, so kind and loving with his mother. And he goes, you're going to take your mom out for lunch, dude. He goes, well, I don't have any money. And he laid the $14 on the table. He said, you do now.
Oh my God, I love him.
His last $14, like he didn't know how he was going to eat, but he gave it freely because he had trust in him at this point. When he got home, he got a letter from the friend that owed him the money, who apologized for the delays and not only paid him the 1,000, but gave him extra for the delay. So that was just an example of, like you said, when you let it flow, when you release it, it comes back.